Let's take off this morning.
Yes,
The Ghanaian
please.
Times says Germany pledges 65 million euros in support to the Republic of Ghana. The president is here talking to the visiting president from the Federal Republic of Germany. Also on the front page this morning, Shidiem disturbances. IGP directs CID to take over investigation.
The Daily Graphic has a beautiful photo of President John Dramani Mahama exchanging pleasantries with President Frank-Walter Steinmeier in a discussion. Now, Germany pledges 65 million euro support for Ghana as President Mahama hosts President Steinmeier. In other stories, Galamsey attack on NAIMOS team, 2 MPs hauled before police CID, and lithium mining venture in limbo. Meanwhile, GJ says the new cybersecurity bill threatens press freedom. Now, check this out. Amanse Rural Bank records 207.98% profit growth.
That's right. Everywhere, at every level, the banks are just enjoying. The Chronicle says this morning, Shidiem Galamsey incident, Mahama's party men sabotaging him. It comes with a huge question mark. Also, the front page of Oponfosu likely to contest NDC flag bearership. His photograph is here.
That Vincent Oponfosu.
Akwesi Oponfosu.
Akwesi, I think it has a Vincent to it.
Oh, I see. The former local government minister. And then also former Western regional minister advises chiefs speak up against injustice in a Tiabo chieftaincy dispute.
The Daily Guide leads with SML rebut OSP claims, calls for evidence-based verification. Also, AG Frisbon to me score accused a photo of Edward Akwoko and Bernard Nchibwesiako here on the front page. Germany supports Ghana with 65 million euro. The 2 presidents are photographed here. GRA head of legal arrested. Meanwhile, MP invited over NAIMOS task force assault.
The Daybreak newspaper says Mahama pushes for new regional security platform. Again, speaking with the visiting German president. Also, the front page this morning, excavator parts vanish under military watch at Burma camp. Comes with a photograph of Lieutenant General William Ejapon, who is the chief of defense staff. And chaos or chaos at GRA.
The New Republic has a very interesting headline. Ghana Post sparks pack clash. Oforiate's deputy orders Sam George to hide names, quote unquote. Meanwhile, Guns, Gold and Mayhem, MP linked to Galamsey rampage. Sam George lights up Huti Festival with digital dreams, and court crashes Edu Boahin's fantasy. And then Jean Mensah finds God as removal petition gathers dust. All of these in the New Republic.
The final newspaper that I have is the Insight newspaper. Big one says towards renewed African liberation, 80 years since 1945 Manchester Congress, and the need for revolutionary Pan-Africanism. Charlie, the brotherhood is still very much
consistency of practice commendable.
Charlie. Also, Brother Champon vows to adopt Volta Region MPP, pledges new future of hope, unity, and growth. And Bernard, we continue to see attacks on our security.
Yes, 2 immigration officers shot by an unknown gunman.
I don't know what
this
is
time
going on?
it's in the north eastern
area.
part.
Yes.
So the military have deployed a special team to go there. Indeed, the graphic has that on the back page as well. We'll deal with that, Caleb.
Right, so let's go to channel1newsonline.com. OSP summons top GRA official over SML investigations. Ghanaians yet to feel full benefits of economic recovery. This is the IMF boss here in Ghana speaking to you on Point of View last night. Esutifin North MP denies inciting youth in Shidiem military attack, calls for fair probe, and then of course a lot of condemnations on that particular one. NAIMOS attack, Lands Minister reports Esutifi MPs to Speaker for probe. And then, of course, employers must prioritize staff mental health. This is the Ghana Medical Association speaking here.
Okay.
And there's a particular story I want to find. ECG director to procure only short-term items, deputy minister here. Accra Initiative, Mahama 6 new alliance. We brought you that a bit earlier. Then Ghana's non-oil revenue to grow by 0.6% of GDP in 2016. This is the IMF speaking. If you go to citynewsroom.com very quickly, the Nana Kunedu, the family, the Ajuman Rollinses, notify Asante Hene of their mom's passing. CD stability key to Ghana's inflation turnaround. This is the IMF again. Now, 82.6% of banks confident Ghana's financial system will remain stable in 2026. And we are told that the best measure of economy is at the pumps. COPEC on fuel price drop. And then unlicensed mobile loan apps face BOG sanctions after June 2026 deadline.
Okay.
There are more stories here. I'll take you to the High Street Journal. Key stories here. A holistic galamsey fight. Dr. Donko proposes 6 practical solutions to long-term sustainable mining. And peasant farmers demand swift government action to address grain glut. Just final one. Minister deliberately misinformation bill. Minister,
there's a construction error. So they say minister deliberately put out misinformation bill to invite public feedback, but then the editor
it's not put out
missed one
properly.
line.
Okay, so PAC refers Komfanochi Teaching Hospital, Ridge Hospital, and 10 others to the AG for prosecution. And then Haruna Idrisu announces plans to extend university charter deadline.
All right, Sky, where are we going?
Okay, let me take off with this story surrounding the MP allegedly involved in the Shidium attack. There's a version put out by the Chronicle that is asking the question whether President Mohammed's party men are sabotaging him. Maxwell Ofori has that story on page 3 of the Chronicle. Says President John Dramani Mahama's government's efforts to combat illegal mining have faced a significant state setback due to reports of alleged internal sabotage. Now, the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NAIMOS, claims to have been attacked by a mob. And then we're told that that happened allegedly at the incitement of the Esutifi North NDC Member of Parliament, Ebenezer Kwekua Ado. Now, since the incident, which happened on Saturday, November 1, 2025, at Shidium in the Ahafo region, was reported, some known members of the party who are also current serving NDC government officials have taken to social media to crucify, according to the paper, the Member of Parliament for allegedly thwarting the government's efforts against illegal mining. Now, the Ashanti Regional Minister, Frank Amwakohini, posted that, quote and unquote, "Atamfo anyayeng." What was the MP thinking?
Enemies have got us.
His post generated over 1,000 comments, according to the paper, in about 3 hours, with some condemning the said MP, while others urged the Ashanti Regional Minister to wait to hear the other side of the story. Now, the Chief Executive Officer of the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program, Eric Ejay, described the alleged actions of the Member of Parliament as unparliamentary. Your actions, this is a quote, are unparliamentary, and it is a shame for you as a Member of Parliament. How can you fight against the president and the entire nation?
And on that,
it goes on to talk about some other things. But the MP, as we do know, has issued a statement. The MP, Ebenezer Kweku Ado, in a statement denied the allegation that he incited a mob attack on NAIMOS. And it goes on to say that he urged the public to disregard what he described as false narratives, claiming that they are aimed at tarnishing his reputation.
So, as we know, the CID is meeting the MP. So, MP for Esutifi North, Ebenezer Kweku Ado, has confirmed his readiness to cooperate with police investigations into the incident. So, the MP said he will present himself at the CID headquarters at 4 p.m. today, Tuesday, Wednesday, November 4, in compliance with the police request. Then the other MP named
Collins
Dauda has written to say he didn't order release of any minor. He was actually speaking on Asempa FM. Collins Dauda explained that how the Esutifi North MP became involved in the incident and clarified that he had no direct role in the operation. So the CID will be waiting to hear all of those explanations.
Meanwhile, Kenashigbe says the state must show strength after the attack on the NAIMOS team. Convener of Media Coalition Against Galamsey, Kenashigbe, has urged the government to assert its authority following the violent attack on members of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat NAIMOS during an operation at Bronikrom near Shidium in the Ahafo region. So that's angle coming in.
The other one is the OSP.
There.
City Newsroom is leading with this one. OSP has summoned GRA boss and other top officials over the SML scandal. The story by William Nah reads, the Office of the Special Prosecutor has summoned the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Anthony Sapong, the Assistant Commissioner in charge of Finance, Celestine Nanan, and the Technical Assistant to the Commissioner General, Kenneth J. Dria, to appear before investigators in connection with ongoing inquiries into the controversial GRA SML, which is the Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited revenue assurance contract. The summons followed the arrest of Freeman Saba, the Action of Legal Affairs at GRA, on Monday for his alleged involvement in computation and obstruction of justice related to the contract. According to OSP sources, the 3 senior GRA officials were directed to appear after it emerged that they allegedly instructed the acting head of legal to issue a letter to lawyers for SML at the company's request mid-October. Investigators believe the correspondence may have implications for the ongoing probe. Meanwhile, the Daily Guide has a different version, or like another angle to the controversy. It says SML rebuts OSP's claim, and it says Strategic Mobilization Ghana Limited has refuted claims by the OSP following basically what we've been told. According to the company, it will present all relevant documents before the appropriate authorities, stressing its operations have been undertaken in line with the rule of law and within the limits of the contract. So here, just a quote from the statement. Remain proud of the work done, the controls that government governed it, the controls that governed it, and the measurable value created for Ghana, said the company's lead counsel.
Right. The Attorney General, Sky, has withdrawn prosecution against Akunta Mining's general manager in the Galamsey case. The detail says that the Office of the Attorney General has withdrawn the prosecution of Edward Akwako, the 4th accused and general manager of Akunta Mining, in the ongoing Akunta Mining Company Limited illegal mining case before the High Court Criminal Division in Accra, after he offered to testify for the state. Now, a formal notice of withdrawal dated November 3, 2025 and signed by the Deputy Attorney General, Dr. Justice Ramsay, stated that the decision was taken in accordance with Section 59 of the Criminal and Other Offences, that's Procedure Act 1960 Act 30. So we'll be keeping an eye on that to see how it goes out.
Let me take you to another story related to investigations. You go to page 3 of the Daybreak newspaper. Excavator pass vanish under military watch. Now the story says that in a startling twist, several brand new excavators kept at the Bema camp in Accra for safekeeping have been stripped of vital parts, casting serious doubt on the military's ability to protect state property. Now, crucial components, including monitoring systems, batteries, and motors, are said to have gone missing from the machines, which were sent directly from the port to the military facility under a presidential directive for secure storage. Now, according to reports, the machines were sent directly from the port to Bema camp as part of a presidential directive ordering that all excavators impounded or imported under special conditions be stored at military facilities to prevent tampering or misuse. However, the recent development has raised eyebrows within both security and public circles. Now, some soldiers at the camp claim that the excavators arrived with the missing parts, suggesting the machines might have been tampered with before before their arrival. Now, others, however, expressed disbelief, questioning how brand new excavators sent straight from the port could lose vital components without any trace.
Sky, the president of Ghana. Sorry, I didn't hear that. I see. The president of Ghana and his counterpart from Germany have met. Germany has pledged a 65 million euro support to Ghana. The countries have reaffirmed their long-standing partnership, with Germany pledging to put this amount in development cooperation for this year, subject to approval of the German parliament. The commitment was announced by President of Federal Republic of Germany, Frank-Walter Steinmeier, during a joint press briefing with the President of Ghana at the Jubilee House in Accra yesterday. It's a 3-day state visit described by both presidents as a significant milestone focused on strengthening cooperation in areas such as trade, renewable energy, vocational training, and regional security. So that's a good one. Now, the President of Ghana is also seeking a new alliance over the AES non-participation on the Accra initiative. This is a story drawing from yesterday. The President of Ghana, this is ChannelOne News, has revealed that there are plans to pursue a new platform to strengthen regional security cooperation, citing the lack of participation by the Alliance for Sahel states. Now, you know that there are 3 states, Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, who have opted out of ECOWAS. Addressing a joint press conference yesterday, the President of Ghana noted that Ghana had expressed interest in integrating the AES into the Accra initiative. But with the continuous separation between the 2 blocs, he said a new framework may be necessary to address the issue. Now, finally, the lithium mining venture is in limbo. Page 13 of Daily Graphic, Timothy Nyangba, Joanna Mensah reporting that Atlantic Lithium has laid off over 100 workers.
True.
Delayed lease approval causes uncertainty. Now, delay in parliamentary processes needed to ratify the country's first lithium mining lease has left Ghana's first lithium mining venture in limbo. Stakeholders, including government, investors, and community leaders, are instead said to be engaged in renegotiations for a new deal to review or to revive the prospects of the venture. I know, and we are told more than 100 workers of Atlantic Lithium, operators of the lithium mining project at Iwoya in Infantiman and Ebura, Asebu, Kwamankasi areas in central region, have lost their jobs following the delayed parliamentary ratification of the company's mining lease.
Right. The IMF is saying that Ghanaians are yet to feel the full benefits of our economic recovery. So the International Monetary Fund, IMF, has acknowledged Ghana's progress in stabilizing the economy, but says the full benefits of the recovery are yet to be felt by ordinary citizens and businesses. Speaking on Channel One TV's The Point of View with Bernard Avle on Monday, the IMF resident representative to Ghana, Dr. Adrian Alter, said while key economic indicators show a strong rebound, it will take time for the impact to trickle down to households and enterprises. But how long did he say it will take? Because we have been waiting in perpetuity. But we are looking. It said the full benefits of stabilization are still to be seen by the population and by the businesses on the ground. I think it will still take time for these effects to trickle down to the people, the Ghanaians on the ground. If you look at the key economic indicators, inflation has eased from 54 to 9.4% in September, and that's the first time we have seen single-digit inflation in the past 4 years. So we say we should keep waiting.
Let's stay with matters having to do with revenue and economy.
Yeah.
If you go to page 3 of the Daybreak newspaper, we're told that there's some chaos going on at GRA. Quickly, tension is mounting within the Ghana Revenue Authority as staff express growing dissatisfaction with the conduct of the technical advisor to the Commissioner General, Mrs. Elsie Apau-Klu, whom they accuse of overstepping her role and taking over duties assigned to other officers. And according to sources within the authority, Mrs. Apau-Klu has increasingly been performing tasks meant for departmental heads and other senior officials, a development that has sparked resentment among staff who feel sidelined. The story continues to quote Insider, but it says that management is here to issue an official statement on the matter. The same story is on
let
the
me
front
take you to the
page
security
of the-
story in relation to immigration officers at Nangani. You know, you were complaining about this. Now, a news desk report by the graphic on the back page says a tragic armed attack last Sunday night at Nangani in Tempani district of Upper East region has led to the death of one officer from the Ghana Immigration Service and another is in critical condition. This morning, ACOM read that the army say they are embarking on a special operation on the basis of this. The attack happened at an immigration checkpoint. Reports suggest it happened between 10 and 11 p.m., believed to have been carried out by unidentified gunmen suspected to be bandits operating within the Boku enclave. Sources say the two officers were returning from night duty on a motorbike when the assailants ambushed them near the Nangani checkpoint and opened fire on them. One of the officers reportedly sustained a broken leg while the colleague succumbed to the gunshot wounds. Following the attack, both victims were rushed to the Blessing Hospital at Wendema for emergency treatment. And Sky, this is becoming... it's getting troubling. This situation we are finding in parts of the country. State Housing Company offers 15% discount amid debt recovery drive. So this is also on Channel One News. The State Housing Company says it is offering a 15% discount as part of nationwide revenue mobilization drive to recover outstanding financial obligations from clients. According to the company, significant amounts in millions of cedis are owed to it by clients, which if not addressed will affect the company's operations. At a press conference yesterday, the MD of SHC, John Bauer, explained that the company is offering a 15% discount from November 3 to December 31 to all clients. I don't know what clients they are talking about. I don't know whether it's people who
are they new houses they are buying or the old ones people are not paying their, what do you call it?
I don't know. So
there's something they normally pay.
So yeah, the company will officially, the story doesn't tell us whether it is people who owe rent or who have bought house and they've not paid
ground rent or whatever.
I don't know. So journalists, please put more information in the
Well, let me take you to page 2 of the Chronicle, We won't shut down private universities. Haruna
Okay.
Idrisu is quoted here.
Okay.
Jennifer Ambule writes and says the Minister of Education, Haruna Idrisu, has announced that government is considering a review of the law governing the operations of private tertiary institutions in the country to grant them more time to meet the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission's requirements for charter status.
Very important. Still on education, Disability Group welcomes free tertiary education policy, demands sustainable implementation. So the Disability and Social Development Advocacy Africa has welcomed the government's new free tertiary education policy for persons with disabilities, describing it as a landmark step towards inclusive education and national development. Yesterday, the minister mentioned that some universities are increasing their fees because of the no free stress thing, but he instructed GTech to ensure that such a thing does not continue.
Let's do two updates.
Yeah.
Government says it's engaging experts to clear outstanding arrears. We had the local government minister say this yesterday when he met with some. In fact, he said it's 2 days ago. Joined the cleanup in Ashanti. Now, the Peasant Farmers Association, this is the High Street Journal, are urging swift government action to address Ghana's grain glut. Warning that unsold rice and maize threaten farmer livelihoods and food security. So the PFAG has called on the government to take urgent steps to address the ongoing grain glut in Ghana, which it says is inflicting heavy financial loss on smallholder farmers and threatening national food security. According to the association, more than 200,000 metric tons of unsold paddy rice, in fact, according to Ghanaian Times, 1.3 million, but this is what the paper is reporting. 200,000 metric tons of unsold paddy rice and maize from the last farming season remain stuck in warehouses and fields across the country. Many farmers, it said, are unable to harvest or sell their produce due to the absence of reliable buyers, inadequate storage, and lack of processing capacity. PFAC warned that the situation, if not addressed urgently, could discourage thousands of farmers, particularly the youth, from farming in the next planting season, and that delayed harvesting and limited market access have led farmers vulnerable to bird invasion, bushfires, and spoilage, further eroding their earnings.
But the transport minister says that Metro Mass has made more money, 14 million Ghana cedis from 8 million Ghana cedis from last year. So revenue has increased from 8 million Ghana cedis in 2024 to 14 million in 2025. And he's also assured that 500 new buses will be procured to support Metro Mass transit operations as part of broader efforts. So maybe Christmas, 24th, going to the village will be easier.
Let me give you a quick round of African stories. So in Guinea, Colonel Doumbouya, Mamadi Doumbouya, who's the coup leader, who said he wasn't going to run for president, has now decided to throw his hat into the ring. Two opposition parties have been banned. So we've seen similar action in Cote d'Ivoire.
Tanzania.
We've seen Tanzania action. We've seen Cameroon. Now, number second story, the public has been barred from the swearing in for President Samia.
It was a private event.
Private swearing in. Number three story. This is a very interesting feature BBC has done on one of the Sudan warlords. He made his money selling camels and gold. Now, this warlord controls half of Sudan. This is in relation to Mohammed Dagolo. He says he will either lead a breakaway state or seek to take control of the whole country. And my concern is selling camels and gold. So a lot of the insecurity in the sub-region, whether it's Mali or Guinea, is linked to exploitation of mineral resources and taking over the same. So we shouldn't joke with Galamsey. When there are people who believe they have more power than the police and the military, when they do things, we should arrest them and prosecute them. Very soon, one of them one day get up and say to the president that who born dog. So let's not play with this thing, because a lot of this militants, it is these minerals that funds their activities. So the government should take control of the Galamsey situation and stop pussyfooting on the issue.
Decisively.
Yes.
One of them.